Okay, welcome back. I got a narcotic story for you. I went to a unit. I'm a detective and I work in a unit. And this unit serves search warrants like every other day. And search warrants are very dangerous. And there's a lot of moving parts here. Most dangerous people on a search warrant are the two guys that break the door. They usually do it with a battering ram, or they put a hook in and pull it open. And then they're the first ones at the door. And there's officers surrounding the house. Everybody's yelling police, so they have to open up the door. That's the two most dangerous spots. And equally as dangerous is the first guy through the door, because you pull away and they don't go in. The guys that pull are pullers. They pull the door open and the rest of the people shoot through. Okay, so the third man is also one of the most dangerous ones. So I was new at this unit, so there was like 15 cops for this warrant, and so since I was new, they put me way in the back of the line, because we go in on a line. And that's where I should be, because I don't know what's going on. I'm watching. I've done 4 warrants with this unit. I want to see how it's done, because I'm a brand new detective. I want to make sure it's done right, and safety-wise, the most important thing is safety. We don't want anybody hurt, especially officers. And most people don't think this. We don't want people hurt. It's not our job to go in and start shooting everybody. Okay, just serve the warrant, get inside safely, search, arrest, and leave. That's what we want to do, ideally. Nobody gets hurt. So we're at this briefing, and we had a brand new lieutenant, and he had never done search warrants, never been a narcotic officer. He was a motor officer, motorcycles. And anybody can take an oral board for a lieutenant if you have some time on the job and you're a sergeant. And you do a good written score, and you get a good oral, they'll make you a lieutenant. Doesn't mean you can know what the hell you're doing. And as I've said before, it's because somebody's a supervisor doesn't mean he knows what he's doing. This guy had no idea, but he wanted to be the guy kicking the door. He wanted to do that. Well, he's the boss, so he tells the top detective, I want to do this. And so what do you say? I mean, he says, okay, so here we go. And I'm sitting there going, well, we knew he wasn't a seasoned narcotic detective, but he's the boss, so here we go. So we drive to a parking lot, we set up, we're close, and then we get in our cars and we go around and head towards the location. We come in on what they call the blind side, where they're looking out the house, they can't see one side. We come in that way and then around the corner and we head into the door. So I'm back in line, there's 8 or 9 officers in front of me, maybe more than that, and we're running to the door. They said it was a screen door, okay? So it shouldn't be bad to open it, because they scouted the area, they knew what kind of a door it was. So, screen door. Most people know some screen doors open inward, some screen doors open outward. I know most screen doors that I've had, they open outward, but who knows. So I'm in back line, I'm watching this, it's like that, like when you watch Cops and the camera guy, I'm like the camera guy, I'm watching the activity in front of me. And here we go. Lieutenant's right in front, he's got his vest on, got his gun out, he's running. Goes up, they didn't need battering rams because it's a screen door. He goes up, he hits the door with his left foot as hard as he can. Well, apparently we know that the screen door opened outward. Okay, it didn't open inward. He, being new at this, didn't realize that when he went up there. We would have seen it, but he didn't. He bounces off the door, okay, the door does not open, and as he bounces back, he has a gun in his hand, it goes off and goes off. Shoots a bullet through his right foot. He goes down, okay, screaming in pain, and as officers are they just wreck the door going in. They go down the middle of the door and just blouse it open, because it's a screen door. As they're going through at the same time he's going down, at the same time the shot's going off, everybody's yelling, no shots fired, officer shot himself, no shots fired, because they want to let all the other officers know, because they're just going to hear the gunshot, and they're going to think they're shooting at us, okay? So they're yelling that. Everybody's yelling at the same time, yelling, and then they're also yelling that, telling the crooks as we're coming in that we didn't shoot, okay? Just in case for later on that they think we're shooting, because all this fire is shot off on a warrant like that, everybody thinks they're shooting at them. Suspects, officers, everybody. So guys are literally stepping over him. He's in the way now. He's a liability. He's in the way. They're stepping around him, stepping over him. He's holding his foot, and there's another supervisor about halfway in the group. He tells me, hey, you stay here and take care of him, and we're going to get paramedics. Get some paramedics here. So, okay, fine. So I get down next to him. I grab a bunch of rags. I put it on his foot. He's screaming. I get on the radio. I said, give me a paramedic. So I have an officer shot in the foot. This officer shot in the foot. Okay, so he's there moaning and groaning. We're waiting. Another officer comes to help me. We're with him. Our job is to take care of him. I hear people going through the house, doors being kicked in, suspects being detained, things going on, and I'm not a part of it now because I have to babysit this idiot. Okay, so eventually the supervisor detective comes back, asks the boss how he's doing. He goes, I'm okay, it really hurts, and blah, blah, oh my God, the pain. He goes, okay, well, we got help coming. About that time, the paramedics show up, and I'm, believe it or not, even though I'm a new guy, I'm senior to the guy who I'm with, so I go over to the paramedics and I tell him, you know, because he comes up, what do you got? I said, well, I told him what happened. And they go, really? I said, yeah. He goes, you know, we have enough problems with officers shooting themselves. I go, I know. Believe me, I know. It's the lieutenant. He goes, oh, no. And so they know, too, that, you know, politics got in there. So they go get him, and they're looking at it, and they're just shaking their heads, and they temporarily wrap it, bring a gurney over. They got to take him away. You know, they don't know. They see it's through and through. Luckily, the ammo we had in the early 80s was not hollow points. If you know anything about bullets, it was just lead, and lead tends to go just straight through, whereas hollow points need to explode when it hits stuff. So luckily, it wasn't a hollow point; it was lead. So it went through his foot. Now I don't know to this day whether he shattered his foot or not. I have no idea. All I know is that they wrapped him up and they were gone, and so blood all over the porch and all that good stuff. So we finished the warrant. We all head back to the station, and we're in this room, and we always debrief a warrant. And we have a lot of honest discussion about how to improve it, how to do better things, because we want to make sure, again, that our safety is the utmost issue with us and with the public, okay? So we discussed a better way to do it. And of course, the only discussion about this is what an idiot this guy was. And that our head supervisor said that this will never happen again. And somebody said, what do you mean it's never happened again? He said, what happens if another lieutenant wants to do it? He says, then we're not going to do the warrant. And I'm going to his boss and tell him this is what happens when you have an incompetent person in the front line. I only did it because he ordered me to, but in the future it will not happen. And you know how that works. You have your table of rank, and you have to respect it, but you can also jump the rank if it causes someone to be some kind of dangerous position, which turned out, what if he had the gun up? What if he had shot an officer in the back? What if he had shot a citizen off to the side? I mean, there's all kinds of bad things could have happened here. First of all, he shouldn't have his finger on the trigger. But again, he's not an experienced detective. He's a lieutenant. And so that's what he wound up getting, is shot in the foot. So we learned from that. I learned from that. And when I became a supervisor later on, I had invoked a lot of rank to stop some people that think they should be there, and they're not there. They're not competent enough to be at this particular situation. This is a unique thing. Experts need to do it, not amateurs. Anyway, so I hope you learned a lesson. I never heard from him again. He subsequently transferred out to some office job, and that's where he belonged. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this story, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.